It all comes down to this. If we can get rid of one of his flyers, he's dead, right? We just need like one spell off the top. Angel Fire Ignition, that's the one. Let's just get this extra damage in. %94 win rate. Insane. How's it going, folks? It's your boy Zizigulu. Today we're back on MTG Arena. We're playing Alchemy on the ladder, and what better deck to play with than a Dragon Tribal deck? And in the last video I was playing Boros Dragons. Now I've decided to splash some blue in my deck and introduce a couple of blue cards that I think make this deck a lot better than the Boros version. So you might be asking, why am I introducing blue into this deck? So a couple of things that I noticed were kind of off about any sort of Dragon Tribal deck right now in Alchemy, and number one is you don't really have much early game other than the Orb of the Dragon Kind and the Fearsome Whelp. So if you have these in your opening hand, obviously you're going to play that on turn 2. But a lot of times I found myself not having a response to a lot of the threats that my opponent played on turn 1, 2, and 3. And even let's say if my opponent tried to kill my Fearsome Whelp, well, now I'm stuck with no creature on the board, and the only dragon I can get in is by turn 4 if I can get the Town Razor Tyrant in. And all my other dragons cost 5 or 6 or 7 mana. So a lot of times my early game I don't really have anything to play. I'm probably going to be playing Removal, Dragon's Fire, or maybe casting a Divine Purge and trying to stall the opponent until I can get my big dragons out onto the battlefield. But the Fading Hope is so important because Fading Hope is a card that you can only cast for 1 mana. So I think this is phenomenally better in the Dragon deck over, let's say, a Divide by Zero, which costs 3 mana to cast. And a lot of times you're not going to have those extra 2 mana, 3 mana to be able to cast those bounce spells. So having just a spell you can cast for 1 mana in this deck is really important. And Fading Hope is just the right answer, especially if you're going to be splashing blue in this deck. I'm also putting in 2 copies of Iymrith, Desert Doom. So that's the other reason why I'm splashing blue in this deck, because Iymrith is a great answer to a lot of the control players out there, or resolve mid-range players who basically try to, the moment you play a dragon out, they'll remove it, they'll kill it, so it loses your, when you play those dragons, you lose your, your tooth, your aggressiveness, because you don't have creatures on the board, whereas your opponent has tons of creatures. So because Iymrith has that ward 4, as long as it's untapped, it serves as a great defensive mechanism. And if you can put the Angel Fire Ignition onto the Iymrith, it will always have that ward 4 feature, because Angel Fire gives your Iymrith vigilance, right? And protects it that way. So I think having Iymrith and Fading Hope in this deck is phenomenally better. You're now also more equipped for numerous other types of decks that are out there. So I think splashing blue in a Dragon's deck makes sense. Now, obviously your mana base needs to allow for it, so I have tons of pathways and dual lands that splash blue, and obviously we have Temple of the Dragon Queen as well, so we can choose the color we want, and since we're running a dragon deck, we can afford it. Now, what are the dragons I picked? You're familiar with all these dragons, obviously. Fearsome Whelp, full set, you have to have it in a dragon deck. 4 copies of Town Razor Tyrant. I took out the Moonveil Regent simply because it's just too slow, and a lot of times, I'm not really finding myself in a situation where I'm out of cards and I need to refill my hand. Most of the times I'll always have cards, and the dragons that we have are just insane. They deliver a lot. They pack huge punches. They deliver a lot of damage. Iymrith can also be used to draw cards as well, because when it deals combat damage to your opponent, you get to draw a card from that. Orb of the Dragon Kind can also be sacrificed to find a dragon from your hand. So I think having a Jeskai dragon build makes sense. I've been having quite a lot of success actually on the ladder playing with this deck, so I'll quickly just show you guys my stats with this Jeskai dragons build. Where is it? And there it is. Wow, right at the top. So I've been having a 92% win rate playing 14 times on the ladder. On the play, 100% win rate. I haven't lost. On the draw, I've only played 3 times, surprisingly. So I don't know why Arena is giving me so many games on the play here. But on the draw, 66% win rate. So still pretty solid. And I've also played with Jeskai Dragons on my mobile device with tremendous success. I actually reached Mythic with this deck, so I highly recommend it if you can build a Jeskai Dragons build of your own. I also have a sideboard. I've included one more copy of Fading Hope, a couple copies of Fateful Absence, Strict Proctor for matchups where your opponent is playing all those annoying clerics, Boros Stance. This is another great answer for werewolves or protecting your dragons. A braid for the control matchups where you're playing up against Key to the Archive. Also Prismari Command. Now that you're splashing blue, you can actually play a copy of Prismari Command. Now I don't have it in the main deck here because often I'm finding myself going up against creature decks and Divine Purge is more useful, but you might want to consider taking out a copy or two of either Divine Purge or Angel Fire Ignition, replacing it with Prismari Command if you're up against opponents who have artifacts, or if you're, let's say, playing up against more of a control mage, you want to be able to cast a Prismari Command to get rid of cards out of your hand and ramp up into your bigger dragons. I also have one copy of Angel of Eternal Dawn in my sideboard. Now, this card I haven't really seen get much play, but this is a really good answer to actually not just werewolves, because the fact that it can't become knight is important, but also because your opponents now can't cast spells with mana value greater than the number of turns they have begun, which means your opponents can't cast spells that are more expensive and that they perpetually reduce the cost of. So up against a mirror match or up against a control mage who's cast a lot of Discover the Formulas, or up against a ramp deck, this thing is a great answer. And I figured, you know what, let's give this a try, put it in our sideboard. It might actually help us out, and it pretty much also shuts down Celestis as well, because you can't activate the Celestis ability to switch the day and night cycle, so it's great. Roiling Vortex obviously is a great answer for life gain decks, because your opponents can't gain life. Paladin class is also really good up against control mages, so making them spend 1 more mana for each spell that they cast on your turn is a pretty big important tax there. But otherwise, it's pretty much like a Boros shell. Just a couple of blue cards being splashed in there. There's no other blue dragons right now in Alchemy that are pretty strong or useful, but I think with the right set of cards, you can do really well on the ladder with this mix here. Now you can probably take out a few dragons here and there, or maybe change out what's in the 3-drop slot, but I wouldn't mess around too much with the build that you see here. So anyways, that's the intro. Let's jump into some games, and hopefully we can rank up higher than where we're at now. All right, guys, let's see how we do. Alright guys, so the first game I'm actually going to play is on an Alchemy event, which I started. So I've gone 3-0 for now, undefeated, with the same Jeskai Dragons build. I'm just going to warm up playing this, and then I'm going to switch to ranked. So just want to kind of get into the groove. Haven't played for a while, so I want to try to familiarize myself with this Jeskai Dragons deck again. But I think I'm hoping this deck is going to go 7-0 in this event. It's super strong, especially if you are on the play. And hopefully I get to have a chance to showcase it for you, how strong this is. And I've had quite a lot of success also playing up against mirror matches and Boros matches as well of the same dragon build. Alright, so we're on the play again. Interesting how we always get to go. So this is a great opening hand. You know, we got Orbo the Dragonkind on turn 2. We can go straight into Town Razor Tyrant, and then if the board state is crazy, we can either cast a Divine Purge, or if not, we can give it Angel Fire Ignition and just keep pumping in for more damage. So great opening hand. Let's go. We're going to play our tap land first because we don't really have any plays. Probably opponent's going to think we're some sort of control mage, so he's not going to do anything. But we'll, here is the Orb. Next turn, we're going to probably play the Stormcarved Coast. So, opponent is a life gain deck, so let's just punish him and show him how it's done. Get rid of this Hive. Now the Hive has become useless. It just deals 2 damage to him, and it can only be tapped for black mana. Alright, so opponent casts the Skyclave, which means our Town Razor Tyrant is gone. Which is fine, that's okay. You know what? That's why we have Divine Purge. Ooh, and we got a great answer to this. So we're going to cast our Goldspan Dragon. We're going to play this on white because Divine Purge can't take advantage of the Orb's ability. And we need 2 white. But let's just get in. Let's punish him. And your Skyclave Apparition can't do anything against this, so we're going to actually cast our Orb this turn because next turn we can sacrifice 1. But this is just disgusting, guys. Look at the amount of damage. We're going to sacrifice both of them and then Divine Purge and clean the entire board up. I don't think my opponent is expecting a Divine Purge here, but yeah, let's just do that. Divine Purge on his turn. I think we're going to sacrifice this. Oh, okay, that's a great one. Now, the question is, do we Divine Purge it now? Or Divine Purge next turn? Let's play the land here. It's a risky one. Not gonna lie. I mean, I would love to Divine Purge now. But I really want to just... He's gonna gain a lot of life from this, though. Honestly... I think we sacrifice this and we Divine Purge it now and it's game over. No, let's do one more time. Let's do this one more time. I think this is the answer. Now, if he doesn't sacrifice his lands, next turn I have lethal. Because the Angel Fire is going to give one of these guys, make these guys 6/6s. Does he have another creature? I think that's lethal, boys. Wait. He does have lethal. Why isn't he attacking with everybody? I don't think my opponent knows how to do math. Come on, man. You can do math in your head. I should have Divine Purged this, but if he doesn't, I'm going to punish him so badly. I don't know if my opponent knows how to do math. Here's the thing, guys. I feel like a lot of times I'm playing up against people who just don't know how to play Magic, or maybe it's kind of skewing my win rate here. So I feel really bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't want my own orb to get we can play, what can we play? Probably play this dragon out. Idle Gold Dragon's fine. Yeah, so we're gonna clear the board here. Thanks for that. Next turn is pretty much game over. My opponent had lethal. I think he just didn't know how to do math. I'm sorry, bro, but this is Magic. You got to be able to do math. All right, 1 down. Let's keep going. We want that 7-0. All right, we're off to game 2. I mean, you can't get a better opening hand than this. Look at this. If the Fearsome Whelp survives, like the amount of value you get where by making 3 of your expensive dragons cheaper, like the Whelp just pays for itself. So, I mean, this is nuts. This is absolutely insane how busted dragons are. And looks like we're playing either clerics or control. So we're going to play the Stormcarved Coast because we don't really want to give our opponent the idea that we're a dragon deck. He probably thinks we're some sort of blue-red control mage. And you know what? We're going to go straight into our Fearsome Whelp. And if this thing survives... Oh my days. Value for days. Look at this. Holy. I think we're up against a cleric deck. Okay, let's go ahead and attack. There was no stick on that, so that's fine. We're gonna play another Stormcarved Coast out. Now this might get divided, which is fine if it does. Wow, it gets straight countered. Okay, no problem. I guess everybody's been getting dragoned. So opponent probably foretold a they probably foretold a Doomscar. So now this becomes a little bit of a tougher strategy because we don't want to overcommit to the board. But at the same time, we want to... At the same time, we want to be able to deal damage, right? We can't just be dealing 1 damage at a time. So he can't counter the Inferno. He can only destroy it. So let's go in with this. Now we have a 2-mana Goldspan Dragon next turn. So if he clears the board, hopefully we get another... Whelp. Wow. Insane. Well, the problem is we're not really getting much action here, which is a little bit of a problem. Alright, let's keep the pressure on. I mean, I guess he didn't really want to see what else comes in my... I mean, I had all land, but... Sorry, buddy. Victory's a victory. Onwards we go. Alright, that was an easy 2 wins, so we got pretty much undefeated in this event. Let's keep going. Let's see how many wins we can get. I really want 7 because I want to kind of get those rare and mythic cards. And then after this... If we can get to 7, then I'm going to jump straight into some ranked matches. I really want to rank up with Jeskai. And if this deck does well, I'm going to be playing it in the Arena Open tomorrow. Unbelievable opening hand. Absolutely. Like, look at this. Fearsome Whelp giving me intense amount of value into my Adult Gold Dragon, Goldspan Dragon, Dragon's Fire as removal. This is a keeper. Let's go. So here's the trick, is we're not going to give away to the opponent that we're a dragon deck. We're just going to play a nice little plains here. He's probably going to think, oh wow, maybe he's some sort of cleric deck. So no hint at all. Okay, did not expect a break expectations. That's interesting. Alright, what do we got? I mean, then we'll just play our plow, I guess. Oh my god. Arena hates this guy. Scon? I'm sorry, bro. But I got my whelp anyway. Thank you for that. Next turn, we can probably just play the plow and pass the turn. Or maybe just keep Dragon's Fire up. I think he's some sort of Rakdos discard or control. I don't really know. I mean, every time I see blue and red, I'm expecting red and black. I'm expecting vampires. Okay, so he's a dragon deck. He is a dragon deck. So we need to keep our Dragon Fire active, but he knows we have it, so he might not play out his dragon. This costs 6 to crew. It's not really good. I don't really have a purpose for playing this on blue, but next turn I could always play the Temple of the Dragon Queen on red. Let's just swing in, and if he plays a dragon, if he plays, let's say, Iymrith, we'll just take it out. Okay, so he's going for the Town Raiser. That's okay. We're going to gain all that life back next turn. Alright, let's get rid of this. We don't really need a Town Raiser Tyrant in our way. We gotta clear the path. We're gonna decline because the Adult Gold Dragon allows us to keep gaining life. So let's play this out. Now, we could play the Goldspan and then play the Colossal Plow. Or go Goldspan into Gold Dragon. Actually, the problem is we can't do that because the treasure can only be cracked. Or no, we can. Yeah, we can. There we go. Got the right mix there. Let's get in some damage. So this is going to be 2 red. And we'll get our Adult Gold Dragon up. So now we're pretty much set for a pretty big attack next turn. Fine, you can attack into it. Do you have removal from my Gold Dragon? He must have a Dragonfire, and now he's thinking, okay, do I get rid of the Gold Dragon or do I get rid of the Goldspan Dragon? These are very similar named. Goldspan, Gold Dragon. Alright, so opponent decided to take out the life gain guy, but we're probably going to get rid of the white mana source there. I don't think we really need it. Perfect answer. So we're going to now, is there a way to crew it with the Tyrant? Well, we can't really crew it this turn. So let's just play, let's attack first, right? Get our mana. And then we'll play this out. I think we have to play this out on blue. I'd rather play it on blue because I want my Iymrith Predator out here. We'll play the Tyrant out. Get rid of his Den of the Bugbear's ability. And we'll play the Plow out. Now, I think this has to be it. The only way we can probably get lethal next turn is maybe with a Velomachus. No, actually, we can't even cast it because we only have 4 mana. Sure. Does he have another? Well, so here's the answer is, do we get rid of the Goldspan Dragon, right? If we get rid of the Goldspan Dragon, next turn we don't have lethal. If we let the damage go in, then next turn we might have lethal. The problem is the Goldspan Dragon here is giving him the ability to crack that treasure and cast something for 6 mana. So I'd rather be safe and force him to I could take, but if he plays like a Iymrith Predator next turn, I am pretty screwed. So I'd rather the Goldspan die. If he plays Iymrith, then he can sacrifice his Goldspan and then kill one of my creatures. Yeah, I knew he had Iymrith. So now he has to chump block. Okay, so now he has to keep the Iymrith back on defense, because if he attacks with it, he's dead next turn, right? Okay, second Iymrith, did not expect that. This is where we need our Fading Hopes. Can we use his Colossus Plow to gain some life? I mean, I don't really think we need to gain any life, but it cruised for 6. So here's what'll happen. If I swing all in, I could save one of the... if I swing all in with everything, he'll just get rid of... Here's the thing. I think I'm going to get him to sacrifice one of his Iymrith Predators. Here's how we'll do it. And in the process, we gain some life. Because I'm not blocking with my... There we go. This is interesting. I'm going to force him to block. And this way we gain 3 life. Right? So... now he's going to block. Now watch. He has to sacrifice the Iymrith Predator. Right? To get some value. Which is fine. Okay, so my plow is gone, but that's okay because now he has an Iymrith Predator that can't attack. So unless he has another creature that he can play on the board, he's pretty screwed. Okay, Fearsome Whelp, bit annoying. We just need a bounce spell. Ah, bounce spell. Where is the bounce spell? So what is this on? This is blue, blue. Okay, we'll play this on white. If we swing all in, we're gonna lose our Goldspan Dragon. So let's just stay back. An Angel Fire Ignition would be a good top deck. An Iymrith would be an excellent top deck. But the best one I think that we could get is a Fading Hope. Or a Dragonfire. Because if we get the Dragonfire, we can basically force him to tap his Predator. Because in response, he has to tap it to get it indestructible. And then that clears the path for us to go in for an all-out attack. Okay, so we lose one of the Goldspan Dragons, which is fine. He sacrificed one of his treasures. Okay, gets rid of an orb. What is he going to reveal? Okay, reveals a Goldspan. We really need a Fading Hope. Alright. Ask and you shall receive, right? So, we're going to bounce this. Now, should we bounce it on end of turn? That's the question. I think we let him attack, right? And then we bounce it on the end of his turn. I think he's going to attack with the Goldspan, right? And we let him. And this also lets us keep up Fading Hope in case we need to protect one of our creatures, right? So we're not going to attack. We're just going to be patient, right? Let him attack, and then end of his turn we'll bounce his creature, right? This is why I put Fading Hope in this deck, because it for 1 mana it literally makes or breaks a game, honestly. Having the ability to just bounce something off the board, clear the path, So important. Okay, so he's playing a break expectation. So clearly he came prepared to fight against this. So obviously he's gonna get rid of our Fading Hope. So now we're forced. He's forced our hand, forced us to target something. So the question is, well, actually, wait, I didn't read this card carefully. It only says reveals all cards with mana value 2 or greater. So resolves. We don't need to do anything, actually. Alright, so now opponent thinks we just have a land. Let him swing in. Okay, opponent swings in. That's okay. Let him get his attack in. We're not going to block. We're going to just take it. Okay. Resolve. Now we're just going to bounce the dragon back into his hand. So now he's left exposed, and we have Iymrith. So here's where we just fly in, right? So now he has to block the Goldspan Dragon or he's dead. He cannot block a Fearsome Whelp. There we go. So he's going to give up a Fearsome Whelp, right? But my secret weapon, another reason why we splashing blue in this deck. So opponent can't get rid of it. He cannot attack into it. He's going on defense, right? Okay, so now this is where it gets a little bit difficult because we drew a land, which means we can't really do anything here. We need another Fading Hope, or we need to draw another Hasty Dragon, right? Now, let's say we swing all in, right? He will block the Iymrith, block with the Goldspan. He'll block the Iymrith with the Predator, and then he'll kill the Iymrith because he'll sacrifice his Goldspan. So I think this is a situation where we just don't do anything. And if anything, we just keep the Stormcarved Coast in our hand. Nothing much we can do. We're not going to risk killing one of our creatures, so let's just skip the turn, pass the turn. And while we have this on defense, he can't really attack anyway, and he can't really remove it because it has Ward 4. So it seems like our opponent also has some sort of priority. I think it's just from his Immerstrom Predator, because it can always be activated. Man, this Kaldheim set just gave you so many busted cards. Alright, we're not going to expose that we have a land to our opponent. We're not going to reveal it because he will. I want him, if he has another one of these break expectations, I want him to cast it. We just need a way to clear the path here. An Angel Fire Ignition would be an excellent draw. Another Hasty Dragon, even a Townraiser Tyrant. Velomachus would be great. Velomachus can actually win us this because it is a Hasty Dragon and can actually get a lot of these instants and sorceries in our hands. If he attacks with one of his flyers, it's game over. Okay, Dragonfire is an excellent answer. So I think that's it, right? If we target the Immerstrom, that he has to, in response, sacrifice one of his creatures and tap. The second he taps, it's over. So we've won this game. And we can kill it because we have a 5-power Immerstrom. That's another reason why you gotta splash blue in this deck, man. You have such a powerful 5 5 mana, 5/5 flyer. Like, you have to play this. So we're going to have to do it on this turn because we can't let him play the Town Razor Tyrant next turn, right? We have to do it right now. So either he lets his Immerstern Predator die or he taps it and sacrifices the Kalane or whatever. Okay, so now that it's tapped, it can't block. And I think opponent just realized that. Alright, this is the last game of the event. So we're going to try to go 7-0. This is a dress rehearsal for tomorrow's Arena Open, so let's see how we do. I'm expecting tougher opponents in the Arena Open, but maybe we'll see something similar tomorrow. Okay, this is perfect. We got 3 lands in our opening hand, 3 dragons. Orb basically gets us there on turn 3. So perfect opening hand. Let's go. We're actually going to lead with the Spikefield Hazard because otherwise we're not going to have enough lands. So we have to kind of lead with it. I mean, I don't want to risk bricking on land. I think the opponent is probably, I mean, we haven't played. Oh yeah, he's another dragon deck. Okay. We're just gonna go ahead and play the Orb of the Dragonkind. I'm gonna make him think we're mono red. He's probably Boros Dragons. Yeah, he is Boros Dragons, which is fine. We'll play this on white because that means we can activate Angel Fire Ignition. So, looks like he's got... Oh, he doesn't have removal. Okay, interesting. He's really slow to this. Okay, so blue kind of scares me because blue means he has Divide. I really don't want to get my Angel Fire divided. So, I think we play this out on blue. And we just... We could cast this for 4, but then this is useless. Yeah, let's use up all of our abilities here. Oh, nothing. No response. Interesting. Okay. I really thought he had a divide. This is just me being scarred by the metagame right now. I mean, I have a life gain. Oh, this is just ugly, guys. Honestly, this is hella ugly. We're going to play this on white because the orb can actually help us. Actually, do we need to? I'm going to save the Angel Fire for the Iymrith. Right now, I'm just going to fuck up this guy's life. Do we need to tap it? No, we don't. This is game over, man. I'm sorry, man, but this is a simple case of going second. Yeah. Alright, that's 7-0. Let's bust out the prize and see what we get. Now we're going to take this deck onto the ladder. Alright, let's hope for some uncommon. Meh, alright. I already had an undo inversion. Alright guys, we'll see you in the ladder. Alright, so first ranked game. Let's see how we do. Great opening hand. Let's hope we don't get overwhelmed in turn 1 and 2. Up against Madam A-Bomb. I wonder why the logo for Diamond and Mythic is like this. Okay, so turn 1, we have to play one of these two because we need the red mana. So I'm going to play this so the opponent doesn't think I'm a dragon deck. Alright, looks like we're up against a mono white deck. So we're just going to put in all the pressure. This thing's going to get annoying because if it creates blockers, we need Divine Purge. We really need Divine Purge. Okay, Goldspan Dragon is great. Actually. This thing's going to start dealing damage. I think a Divine Purge would be amazing right about now. But we have no shortage of dragons to just keep delivering the pain onto our opponents. Okay, opponent gets rid of our dragon. That's fine. Alright, let's keep putting on the pressure. Play this on blue. Now, if we play the other orb, can we play both next turn? Maybe. We just need to keep putting on pressure. We might have to play the gold dragon first to try to sustain our life total. Alright, this guy's got a zillion Boros stances. Okay, so change of plans. We're going to go with the gold dragon first. And then we'll keep up. Can we Inferno? Four. No, we can't Inferno. We'll have 1 mana left over if we Inferno. So we gotta go gold dragon. I think we need to go gold dragon. And then we'll keep up the Dragonfire for the Clarion Spirit. Or, I mean, so this won't trigger unless the creature actually enters the battlefield. And this won't trigger unless they cast their second spell. So let's just keep Dragonfire up and see what they do. I think we have to get rid of the aerial flyers so we can clear the path for the Inferno. Come on, man. Do you have another one of these? This guy, man. Who's running this, man? I mean, I'm running this in my sideboard. I'm not running it in my main deck. Boros Stance. It's a freaking combat trick, man. People are running combat tricks in their decks these days. Okay, so this is not going to trigger. So let's see what he does. Okay, so he activated that. We are going to... Now, can we kill him next turn? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, because this can come down, and then we'll be able to use the extra 1 to get this up to an 8/6, right? So let's just take this out. We're done with you. And I think this should be game, guys. Yep. So we're going to add 2 mana here. We're going to cast... No. What the hell is going on here? Oh, no. We don't have... we do not have lethal. Whatever. Let's just get this extra damage in. I think we'll survive this next turn. Come on, dragon off the top. Alright, that is pretty good. If we can get another hasty dragon off of this, then we win. Damn it! Oh, that is so... I have so many hasty dragons. Okay, fine. We'll put the Velomachus in our hand. Let's gain the 4 life. And then we'll... So he has to sacrifice the Faceless Haven. That's okay. I think we can win this. We have to let this thing... We have to kill this thing. Because we need all his creatures to lose 1 toughness. Okay, if we have... We don't have another hasty creature, so... This is tough, guys. If I sacrifice this... I think we just play these 2 out and we pass the turn. Get another 4 life. Next turn, I mean, it's pretty much all coming down to what the Velomachus can get for us, but we have Divine Purge, Angel Fire Ignition. We just need to get lucky here. Angel Fire would really help in this case, because right now he's got 2 flyers, 3 flyers now in the sky. We need an Angel Fire. Alright, we're no blocks here, obviously. Come on, Divine Purge so we can end this. Well, it all comes down to this. If we can get rid of one of his flyers, he's dead, right? We just need like one spell off the top. Angel Fire Ignition, that's the one. Where do we put it on? Put it on the creature with the highest. Yeah, just put it on this. That has to be game, right? Trampler, you can't stop trample, buddy. Trample damage. 94% win rate. Insane. And up we go. Ooh, we're up against a 98%er, so probably not going to rank up that much. This is a very bad hand. The problem is that we're not going to do anything in the first 3 turns. And that's a problem. And we can't cheat in any of our dragons. Although we do have some good dragons. We just needed a whelp. Now we get to go first, which is a little bit of a... just a tiny bit okay. I'm likely going to lose this game. I already concede that I probably will lose this game, but I could mulligan. Yeah, let's mulligan. Alright, this is much better. Much better. We'll probably get rid of the planes because don't really have a use for it. Turn 1, we'll just play the River Glide pathway. Actually, yeah, we'll play River Glide. That way we can keep Fading Hope up. Just because of crap like this. I'm going to keep the Fading Hope. I'm not going to use it up just yet. And that's exactly why I kept it. I think we play Orb. The Lunarch Veteran, though, this is a tough one. Should I get rid of the Lunarch Veteran then? And then next turn play Orb? No, I need to go into the Town Razor Tyrant right away. And then we'll worry about getting rid of these guys. Okay. Alright, now we have a better target. Okay, we do have a problem. This is gonna make him ramp so much, so I need to get rid of this. This needs to go. Next turn we'll play the Town Razor. How many Lunarch Veterans do you have? I mean, Divine Purge right about now would be amazing. Alright, we'll keep up Fading Hope, protect our Town Razor Tyrant or whatever big threat comes on the board. Hopefully our Town Razor Tyrant survives. Okay, so he's going to target the Town Razor. Let him do that. Let him... And we're going to bounce this back into our hand. Thank you very much. Alright, so the question is, do we get the Goldspan out or keep the Town Razor back on defense? I mean, we're taking what is this, 7 on the way back? But if we can Angel Fire our Goldspan next turn, then we're pretty good. Another Lunarch Veteran. Oh my god. So much life gain. Okay, we do, how much mana do we have right now available to us? We don't have enough to cast Goldspan and Angel Fire, but we do have enough to cast this and Angel Fire. So if we go this on blue, right? And then we cast these two. Put this down. And we'll deal this much damage. And then we'll cast this right on here. And then we'll deal some damage. Get some life back. Next turn, we should be able to close this game out. Fangbearer. You need life. You need Death Touch. Okay, Brutal Cathar goes. Okay. Let's see here. Now, can we deal lethal damage to him? No. We could just put Angel Fire Ignition onto the Town Razor Tyrant. Your Gold Span. Is that gonna work? No, we can't. I think we get rid of this orb and see what we can get. Okay, another Town Razor Tyrant is not bad. I think we put it onto the Goldspan Dragon. And then we keep the other Town Razor Tyrant back on defense. Right? And then we cast this. Now, which one of these? So, get this one to be... Now he's taking 3 damage in the sky. Next turn we have lethal. Okay, so he's coming out with 8, 11. So I can block, I should block this, and block this. And I think that should be... I mean, I don't really care about the poison counters, to be honest. %95 win rate, boys.